like a muskrat.
I'm going to punch her in the face.
Ready?
Fire away, sister.
And that's on personal growth.
I'm not observant at all.
Yeah, well, we just listen.
Yeah, I'm going to do that half the time. Whatever. Okay.
I do not have a regular work day, so I am over several different departments. I'm over the marketing team, I'm over the buying team, and over the photography team. So it can range anywhere from coming in and working on the marketing calendar to meeting with the buyers all day to discuss, items that we're going to carry on the site for the next season, or meeting with a photo shoot team and talking about our, locations and shoots and upcoming things that we need. So it really is, there's no set day. I come in most mornings, I check my emails. I typically get anywhere between 500 to 1,000 emails a day, and I work through those, and then I just kind of go where the wind blows me each day.
Trends that are coming out mainly on social media, just because that is such a big part of our business and building our brand, and the people that we work with regarding bloggers and influencers and how kind of their world on social media has really blown up. So we look to them for what they're looking for, trends that we see them leaning towards. We look kind of inspiration wise towards luxury brands in the sense of like Fashion Week. Typically Fashion Week is really early in the year despite what season it's going to be going into. So you can kind of see where colors and plays on pattern and stuff like that. For our floral's big. Last year tie-dye was huge, and it kind of came out into doing this whole kind of almost worked into the COVID aspect of you're at home and you're kind of making your own clothes, but then we kind of brought that to retail, which was cool, and making like a worldly portion of it, I guess.
My boyfriend is Tori's brother, and so when Tori so I was dating him, and I knew Tori before Pink Lily was even a thing, obviously. So when she started the business, one day she needed help packaging, and she texted me, and she was like, hey, can you come over and help me package? And I said, sure, why not? And then it basically just took off from there.
Airbnb is our best friend right now. So it's really cold here. Well, for the most part. So when it gets to be a certain temp, we are like, we can't do this outside anymore. So
Flashback to when Anna made us shoot out in like 30-degree weather, and I was like, no more outside shivering.
The models are fine with it. That's the funniest part is the models are like, yeah, we're good to go. Like cold weather, no big deal. She's in the van like,
if you can't hold the camera
I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here
without shaking.
They're shivering, goosebumps all over their legs, and like not complaining. And Paige is like, oh my gosh, it's so cold outside.
Leah's laughing, she knows.
Yeah, but yeah, so
it's a combination. If we see ideas for shoots, I'll send it to her, she'll send it to me, and then Anna takes care of all the booking.
And it also depends on like what we're shooting, obviously. So if we're shooting, like a special, I don't know, like a Valentine's Day collection, well, we're going to want to find somewhere that goes along with the theme. Or like, for instance, we're about to start shooting this workout edit, so we bounce ideas off each other and kind of see like what will make the most sense for whatever items we're shooting.
And who will let us shoot there.
Yes, and we of course have to have permission, because we have gotten in trouble before for shooting.
It may have happened
a couple times where we didn't ask permission, and that wasn't good.
Favorite thing is that there's always something new. There's always either new apps or new ways to market, or just things are always changing. So I feel like it's never boring. There's always constantly something new and fun and creative. There's always something new to learn. I love learning new traits. So with either design or video photography, there's just always new things to learn. But I guess that's the pro and the con, is that things are always moving and changing, and it's like as soon as you feel like you have something figured out, or your audience or your customer figured out, like they're on to something else. So kind of a positive and negative thing is like you have to roll with the punches in marketing, or get right or get left. You will get left behind if you don't grow with whatever the new marketing thing is.
It's a good mix. We design probably about 20 to 30% now that we sell, but we do manufacture up to 60%. and we still do go to markets and trade shows where we select probably the remainder. So it has transitioned over the course of the last 6 years. In the beginning, it was 100% just what the vendor showed us, and we picked out our favorite styles to carry. And we've gotten away more from that because that is something that you can find basically with every boutique. It's the same styles, and we wanted to make it more exclusive with our own designs, our own prints, and our own unique flair on fashion. So we do manufacture and design quite a bit more now, and our goal is to continue that in the future.
It's different every day. I feel like I come in with a to-do list and I typically get none of that done because I do everything else. I would say my day is split between working with the team as a whole on what everyone else is doing, plus doing all of my duties. We have a lot of people on our team that work in different categories, different parts of the business, stuff like that. And so I feel like I help them, I do my stuff, but then I also work cross-functionally, like with Merritt, our marketing director, or with the warehouse or something like that, and kind of making sure that the buying team is doing what they need to be doing or providing what they need to be providing for all of the other teams to be successful too. I would say that's a big portion of my day. And then there's the part of the day where you just like put out fires. So I would say full-time buyer, part-time firefighter. I'm kidding. But shout out to the firefighters because they do real work.
Well, I love working here. But it definitely has its stressful days. And I would say probably the most stressful thing for me at Pink Lily is when I'm trying to, first of all, we all work in this open like office, like with cubicles and everything. And obviously hitting our deadlines for collection launches, all of those are kind of stressful. But probably a stressful thing is trying to like type out an email, but hearing my name 5,000 times across the day. It's like, Merritt. And I'm like, wait, I'll be like, who's saying my name? I don't even know who's saying my name right now. But I mean, that's not that stressful. It's just kind of like, it catches me off guard and I'm like, okay, hold on one second. Let me answer this email and then we'll talk. So that's probably, I mean, that's not that stressful. But like I said, collections and those kind of launches are probably the most stressful, but just like a funny little tidbit is getting called away or pulled out.
I have owned a camera for 9 years, but my business, like technically I didn't start my business till 7 years ago.
Oh yeah, and check her out. She got a new website that's launching. It's called www. What is it?
You don't know it?
PaigeMichelleTaylor.com. PaigeMichellePhotography.com.
No.
PaigePhotography.com. Y'all, I don't feel bad because she just told me this like 2 days ago. She was like, oh yeah, my website's finally done. She's like, I've been working on it for 2 years. Where you been? What's it called?
PaigeMichelle.com. But
Paige Michelle.
besides the point.
That's close.
It's funny though that I've only had my photography business for 7 years, and I started Pink Lily almost 7 years ago. So like I started my business and then started working here right after.
My favorite part, which I know a lot of people have said this, but just getting to work with like-minded creative women every day, it's just super encouraging and uplifting to be able to work with so many girls who are creative and love fashion and get along, and we're all kind of in similar stages of life. So just getting to be able to do that every day is really awesome.
I think the hardest part about being a CEO is really having to take a step back from being in the day-to-day operations. So from the beginning, since I started this business, I really was hands-on with customer service, with marketing, with photoshoot, even with the buying and design. And recently I've had to take a step back and oversee those teams without me having to actually do the scheduling or the orders because it was spreading me way too thin. I couldn't focus on the big picture, and I couldn't focus on, improving customer experience and all the things that I want to improve by being in the weeds every single day. So basically now I really am the top cheerleader for those teams, and I work with them on the vision and the goals, and we all align on that. But I am not actually answering the customer service emails or scheduling the Facebook posts like I once did.
That really, it's never, it's not a light switch. It doesn't turn on and off. So we start a season about 6-ish months in advance to the first month that constitutes that season. So like we started on this 2021 season. Sampling wise, we started like August. Ordering wise, maybe September to October. but we're still technically in this season. We're just in the back half of it, but we always leave room in our open to buy and in our budget to catch things like trends like tie-dye and stuff like that that come out during that season, so that we have room to jump on things. So we're not so far planned ahead that we can't work in what's currently happening in the market.
The thing about working for Pink Lily is obviously our staff, our crew, our girls, we're all really close. We have some really good times, we have some really stressful times, but we always get along really well together, and I feel like we're kind of a big family. And we obviously, families have like little tiffs they go through, but we all seem to always come back out, and you know, we're always here for each other. We may joke and get frustrated, or like, this person today is driving me nuts, but at the end of the day, it's like if someone was to say like, hey, you know, something about that person, I'd be like, you don't talk about them, that's my person. So we're all just really, really close.
Outfit, yeah, I feel like you have to feel confident in your outfit most of all. That's the most important thing with any picture that I feel like anyone takes. You know, like your confidence is going to show through in a photo, most definitely. So really
Making
just
sure-
channeling your inner
And good lighting,
Diva.
good angles. If you're indoors, a lot of like fluorescent lighting or like that yellow lighting, turn those off.
turn that off. Yeah,
That
you want
helps.
natural light like
Natural light.
wherever you are. Usually if
If you're
I
by a window, have the window facing you. Don't
Yes.
take it with your back.
was gonna say, if you have an
Backlighting.
option, I would always shoot outdoors.
Yeah.
But unless you're indoors, shoot by a window, like she said. Yeah.
Good even lighting.